You just acquired something new, didn't you, Keith? Did you little rider something there?
I brought. Yeah, it's here. It's here.
Do you have it with you?
So, yeah.
Have you been riding it?
It's heavy. Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah, he has too.
So now, when you guys are riding this thing, do you wear your helmet?
Oh yeah. So you're talking about a Onewheel. There is this whole class of personal transport vehicles that is out now, and I actually learned this from Disney because I had to look up the rules at the Disney campground to see what was allowed, like Segways.
Is it PTV? Is it PTV or PEV?
It falls under either personal transport vehicle or plug-in electric vehicle or personal electric vehicle. And a Onewheel, a Segway, electric kick scooter, the ones that we've podcasted on where you see a lot of people like renting.
Yeah.
Same class, basically. So I got a Onewheel for my birthday.
And can you rent these? Can you rent these?
I don't think so.
Probably not, unless somebody bought a lot of them and is just gonna rent them out.
Bought a lot of those and a lot of insurance.
I don't know of anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're dangerous, of course, and there is risk involved, but some of it, just like anything else, Jay, it just completely depends on. When you learn to ride a bicycle, you probably started with training wheels, or at the very least, you started with your feet on the ground and you weren't going 15 miles an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same here. You're not going to take off and set the thing to max and rip down the road at 22 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're going to do 1 mile an hour. And
until you don't fall off it anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So these things are pretty cool. So they're under scrutiny lately by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, and the thing that's interesting to me in particular, and I'm pulling up the recall here, is what the Safety Commission is complaining about. So, yes, there is danger in these Onewheels, but the danger that I would say exists is different than what they are pointing to.
Mm-hmm.
The danger is almost like if you play baseball, there's a small chance you might get hit in the face with a ball. I know that personally.
Yeah, and that's a valid point that you bring up, and I think that's where we're going to go with this conversation about this recall. Now, the Onewheel is really, it's a single wheel, like you said. It is powered by battery. It's basically an electric one-wheel skateboard is what it is.
Well, here,
yeah. An electric skateboard.
So
let me show you.
Right.
Okay.
And so to keep talking,
these are heavy, by the way. If you hear clanging, it's okay, everybody.
Is it a loose wheel?
It literally has one wheel, and there it is. Right. There is a wheel in the middle. Now this is the GT model. Okay.
I have to give you props. I have to give you props on the color scheme. The color scheme is fantastic. Tell him what is the color scheme? You don't like it? Side shot?
Orange and blue. It's not. It's good. I thought it was going to be worse.
What is the color scheme?
Talking about my Gulf racing colors?
Yes, I love it. I think it's fantastic, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, side shot was very critical.
Yeah, I get it. Reminds me very much of the Miami Dolphins colors, which could in fact be very close to that.
So this is all customizable. You can put whatever colors you want on the thing, okay?
Right.
So the issue that the Consumer Safety Commission is calling out is something they call pushback. So basically, when this thing runs low on battery, the front of the board will push back to warn you, and that means it'll do this. It'll tilt up.
Right.
Okay.
That's to get your attention,
it also
correct?
beeps. Yes.
Yeah, it's a safety.
And to slow you down.
Right, and it's all based on balance, correct? The art of this,
Yeah.
Yes.
the art of this vehicle, this personal vehicle, is balance. It's all about balance, right?
It is virtually impossible to miss the pushback.
It really is.
Now, what happens is people ignore it and they push through, which means they lean on forward, and they keep going. Okay, the battery dies, you face plant. The board literally will just dip forward,
Because
You-
you ignored the warning.
will fly off the board, Superman style,
Correct.
and you get what you deserve, right? So my issue with this is a coffee is hot warning on your coffee cup.
Yes.
If you're too stupid to know that the warning is telling you that your battery is low, and if the battery indicator on the board that's 5 dots long, I mean, if you can read a cell phone battery, you can read this battery.
Right.
Then you kind of deserve what you got coming to you. You don't need to be riding one.
Right, and anytime
Right,
someone is
yeah.
injured or dies, as a fatality because of this, it's never a good thing. We all realize that. We
Well,
all
sure.
get that. But
And-
the problem that I think that we're having with this is, where does the responsibility lie? Correct?
That's right. So these are dangerous, and I'm not trying to diminish that. But
No.
what I'm trying to say is, so's a motorcycle, so's a
Or
bicycle,
a bicycle,
so's a Segway.
a go-kart.
And so if you're going to restrict our ability of that freedom, that's going to it's a slippery slope, right?
It
And
really is.
the argument that they're making here is literally that the battery dies and people ignore the warning and you get hurt.
Right, yeah.
Like
that
the-
simple.
Like that is the fault of the manufacturer.
The manufacturer.
Right, who had
Yeah.
no hand in the battery charging aspect of it, or the responsibility and the maintenance and upkeep of that thing.
What do you want them to do? The device warns you that the battery's low. It pushes back on you to tell you to slow down.
And
it
to try to
beeps
get
at
you to
you.
stop.
I mean, how is this their fault? Just like, how is it McDonald's fault when you burn yourself with hot coffee?
Oh, and
Right.
just to be clear, the beeping is really loud. I don't know how you miss it.
Yeah, it's
So-
almost like like an Amazon Prime vehicle backing up, huh? That loud?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm not saying that there shouldn't be safety precautions. I mean,
Right.
these things are dangerous, but how do you regulate that, right?
I
mean,
say-
if you
here's
start
what
to
I say.
regulate that,
I say that Future Motion, who is the manufacturer of these, I think that what they need to do is just somewhere on the skateboard itself, just put in bold print, be careful. That should cover it.
oh, it's all over
Yeah.
there. You know, there's all kinds of risk warnings.
If you
Now,
don't know
in the
that,
box.
now coffee has changed since the McDonald's hot coffee incident, because there is cold coffee now. So I think there is some legitimacy to having to put hot drink and cold drink or whatever on it, because
Okay.
some people expect to have to be told what to do, that sort of thing. I just personally think that we have become such a society where nobody is taking blame for their own actions.
That's it. And
It's simple as
these
that.
things are so much fun.
They
Would
really
you agree
are.
with that?
It's really fun.
You grin from ear to ear on one. You are balancing on one wheel. There's so much tech in these things. Like literally, like it has a control board that is taking thousands of readings per minute
Right.
and lots per second, and it's calculating kind of how to keep you stable. Well, of course there's going to be risk in that, right? But we know that. Like when we get on it, we're expecting that bad things are going to happen. That's why we're wearing our safety gear. That's why we're not doing 20 miles an hour. That's why I'm not driving down the middle of a 2-lane traffic road.
Right, and on the sidewalk away from all the traffic.
So I think, to your point, Jay, if we go down this road of it's too dangerous for people to own one, then we got to take away motorcycles. We got to take away e-scooters. The PEV industry in general, which I'm a huge fan of, is in jeopardy, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's just, Future Motion, the manufacturer of this.
Out of Santa Cruz, California.
Yep. They responded to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. For those of you in acronym world, that's the CPSC. In response to their warning, Future Motion said, and this was just, not long ago, in a press release, that the e-skateboards are safe when the rider follows common sense safe riding practices that are common to any board sport. Absolutely. It's just like going, I love that. It said that the release that it disagrees with this, in a release that it does disagree with the CPSC's conclusions too, by the way. So this could be an ongoing matter.
Yeah,
and I would like to revisit this for our audience who's interested in this. And, by the way, guys, just, leave us a comment and ask about it. Yep. Leave us a comment and see if you want to know more about it. Tell us what you think about this. Do you think that, that they're overshooting their authority here with this? Do you think the responsibility lies on the manufacturer? How much responsibility does an owner or a rider have in this matter? So let us know, and you can go to partscounterguru.com and go to the podcast links, or there's a comment tab as well, or just go to youtube.com/partscountergurus. If there's a video out on this, you're more than welcome to leave a comment there. There may or may not be, but we'll see what happens. So anyways, This is a good topic of discussion, and look, I know Sideshot rides stuff responsibly. I know that he does. And you've had really no issues with it, right, Sideshot? Just more or less following the direction of what it tells you?
We've fallen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We've fallen.
But you're wearing gear. You're wearing gear too, right? You got a helmet on. You got
No scratches, no nothing, no, not even a headache.
The specific, the CPEC or whatever it is, the reason that they're pushing for a recall is over the ejection issues. You're not going to get ejected if you observe the board's warnings.
Correct.
Right.
And look, let's face it, on a skateboard, how many times going down an incline on a skateboard that you hit a rock on your wheel and it ejected you, right? Or something in the road. It happens.
Same thing.
It's the same acceptance of responsibility, knowing that when you get on these things, that things can happen. Just be prepared for it. Suit up. Get ready. And, you're going to get, if you get a boo-boo, you're going to get a boo-boo, So.
I mean, I look at it this way, like, if he ends up with an appendage that's slightly detached, we get that parking spot that I've always wanted, where I don't have to walk as far. So
right.
Anyway, leave us a comment, everybody, and thanks for your thoughts.
Yeah.